Look at these beautiful autumn colors. I love them so much. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make 10 shades of yellows, oranges and browns with just 2 plants, avocados and grapevine. In the first part of the video, I explain how to make those dyes and also how to modify them. In the second part of the video, I will share with you a few different dyeing techniques. And in the third part of the video, I will show you how I work on the dyed papers after they're dried to create the plaid design and also leaf design. Hello everyone, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Before we start with the fun, we need to make ourselves some avocado and grapevine dyes. And I've done this in the same way that I've done many of my other dyes. In those videos you can see the full process. Here I'm just going to quickly explain how I've done it. I have an avocado tree that grows in a pot, and every time a leaf drops I would pick it up and put it aside. So by the end of the year I collected a lot of these dried avocado leaves. You can also use avocado pits and avocado skin, whatever you have. It doesn't have to be leaves. I'm using leaves because I have plenty of them. So what I did, I took the leaves. They can be quite large. So I just chop them up like that. And I fill the pot about halfway with leaves. I just cover everything with tap water. Okay, so you need to have enough water to cover all the leaves, and then I would cook it for about an hour. Later on you just strain the liquid and you end up with this. It is reddish brown and that's the color. It's kind of orangey pink. I've done exactly the same with these grapevine leaves. I collected as many as I could fit in about half of this pot, and then I would cover with water, put on stove, and I cooked it for about an hour. And this is what I ended up with. Okay, it looks yellow. So the dye you end up with is really light yellow, like that one. I probably wouldn't use it on its own. It is quite light, but that's just me. I really like the fact when I mixed it with other things that I got such nice results. Okay, so I'll put these away. So once we have our basic dyes ready, we can experiment a little bit by adding certain modifiers and things to our dyes to create slightly different colors. We've done this in several videos. I've shown you how certain mordants affect the dyes, and that's what I've done here. I've put avocado dye in all of these, and I put grapevine dye in all of these. In the first row I've added baking soda. I've already used some of these, but they were almost full, and I've added this much, which it says here just a pinch. Okay, so I added one of these here and then one of these here, and that is my avocado with baking soda and grape leaves with baking soda. And have a look at the difference. Okay, they became a bit more deeper color than here, just to compare to that one. It became more orangey red, and this one became almost like dark yellow or even light ochre. Then in this row here I've added alum. That's alum, and I've also added about that much, just a pinch here and a pinch there. Okay, and again it's changed my dye slightly. Now the avocado and alum became yellow. Grapevines with alum became really bright yellow. Isn't it amazing? Alum changed the avocado leaf dye from more like orangey pink to yellow ochre. And then in this one here I've added just a pinch of iron mordant. This is my iron mordant. There's only a little bit left. I've shown you in 2 different videos how to make iron mordant, and I will link those videos down below. I think by now probably most of you know how to do this. And once I've added a little bit of iron mordant here and a bit there, my dyes changed again. So the grape leaves with iron went towards greener hues, while avocado leaves just changed a little bit, became a bit more brownish, but not a big difference, as you can see. In the last pot here, we have the copper mordant. That's my copper mordant. I've also explained how to make the copper mordant. I will link the video down below in case you'd like to get a better explanation. I've done this a few years ago and I still have plenty. I think I'll never have to make more again. And this is what happened to the dye. Okay, now that one became a really warm orange color. I really love it. And this one became even like deeper bright yellow. Really love that yellow. Okay, so I ended up with 8 different shades, all in those autumn colors. Here are my test strips. As you can see, grape wines with baking soda are very similar to avocado with copper mordant, and the rest are all different. And plus we have the original dyes. But it's obvious from this one that the original dyes are much lighter in color than the ones with added mordants, baking soda or alum. Now that we have our dyes ready, let's have some fun. Just quickly want to show you some of the examples where I've used these dyes. I think these colors are so pretty. I have this one, and those two plaid designs. So here and here I've added Posca pens on top in black, brown and white. And here I've added Posca pens in brown on top once I've finished painting the leaves. And today I want to show you several different techniques. We'll make a few together. I've used watercolor paper here. That's the watercolor paper that I've used. It's not the expensive one. As you can see here, that's the price, €2.50 for 16 sheets of 300 GSM paper. I'm very happy with it, and they're great for working with dyes. But today I'm going to use slightly different paper. It says here smooth drawing paper. It should give me different results. It says here it's 250 GSM. The biggest difference is the texture and absorbency. I think that's the difference. This one's kind of really white compared to that. You can also use just regular copy paper or cardstock. You can use scrapbooking paper that's one-sided, such as this one. This is 160 GSM. It would work, you know, or just copy paper, whatever you like, or whatever you have. I'm just gonna go with this one because I'm curious to see what it's gonna happen. I have 2 containers with clean water and I have some brushes here. I was thinking of doing like strips of each one of these, and I was thinking of doing it from light to dark, and I'm just going to use this brush. So this one is the lightest. Okay, I'll just do this. Rinse it a little bit. Okay, now I'll go with the alum. Rinse that. I'm gonna go with this one, the copper. It doesn't look that dark now. That's funny. I let them touch. Right. Now which one should we go with? I'll go with the iron. And then this one with baking soda. Orange. Alright. Just let them blend in a little bit. I'm gonna leave it to dry. Now I'm gonna do the same with the avocado leaf dye. Just rinse my brush and I'm gonna change this water. Okay, let's just do avocado. And then maybe the one with alum, which is that one. Then the copper, which is that one. So now we should go to baking soda, maybe that one. It's very nice, reddish brown, almost like sienna. And the lucky last, avocado with iron. It's not a big difference to the original, but it is darker. We'll see once it dries. Okay, doesn't matter if they mix. I wanted to show you how to create this type of design, plaid. I've done something similar in one of the videos where we painted the back of one-sided scrapbooking papers, but these are just a little bit more complex. Anyway, I usually do this with just 2 or 3 different colors. So when you do plaid designs, you can go straight or you can go on an angle. And I kind of like them on an angle, but it's kind of harder to stay on the right track. So I'm going to draw just one line, not all of them. You can actually do the whole grid and then paint it and try and stay within the lines. I'm not going to do that. It's just not something that I want to do. And I'll do one in this direction. So I'm lining it up here, just one line. And I don't really plan all that much. I just start somewhere and then go with it. I'm going to start with the avocado and soda. So I'll just go like this. Using this brush as a measurement tool. And I'm going to go one across. Okay. And I'll just keep going. All right. Like that. Kind of like this more loose design better than when I tried drawing first and then coloring in within the lines. That actually made me really stressed. All right, that. Like so. So what you can do now is go with the second color straight away or wait until this is a little bit dry. And I think I'm going to wait until it's a little bit dry. Put it aside and we can do another one. It just helps me, just those two lines help me stay on the right track. I'm going to go with the thinner brush. I'm going to go with grapevine and copper. Grapevine and copper, that's that one. That's a bit hard to see. And then I'm going to go wide. Bigger distance. Okay. Oh, it's getting more darker as it dries. You can see the fresh strokes look lighter than the first one. I think I'm going to go with the second color immediately, which is that one, avocado and copper. And I'm going to go like this. And I want to touch slightly with my brush the previous dye because I want them to mix a little bit. Okay, and now baking soda one. Perhaps I can go immediately, and I'll just go here where there's white, and I'm going to turn my brush sideways. It's becoming hard to see where I'm supposed to go, but it doesn't have to be precise. Here. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna put it aside. Over here, let's do this one. Iron Mordant with grapevines. That one. I'm actually going to just do the full page. I bought this the other day. I think it's a tablecloth or something. And I bought it because I liked this design. Oh, it's so pretty. It wasn't that expensive. It's actually really good for jelly printing as well. I want to do the Iron Mordant avocado on top. Just want to see how it would affect the final outcome. Just going over. think this fabric is trying to soak up most of the dye. I also bought this one. I think it's meant for Halloween. It's with like spider webs, and there's a big spider there. I think that part would look interesting on the paper. Let's see. Let's go with the grapevine leaves with soda. Grape leaves with soda, it's that one. It's going to be spooky. Okay, should I go with a different color over? Maybe this one, avocado leaves with iron mordant. Avocado and iron. I don't know why, just hoping that it will go darker or give better definition between those threads. We'll see what happens. I don't know because I haven't tried, but I'm kind of excited to find out. I think this one has dried a little bit. Okay, let's now go with the copper mordant and grapevine. I'll just go in between. It's a little bit easier the second time around because now you have the basic grid worked out. I love how it changes the color as it dries. It is also affecting this part here where the two mix. So I'm gonna let it dry again and then we'll go with the third color. We can do one with leaves. Just go with different dyes, and I don't really worry too much. Just do this until it looks like grapevine leaf or even pumpkin leaf. And then I add a little bit more dye because I like when it collects around the edges. It creates like a line. Okay. And would do them in different directions. You can do any sort of leaves that you like to draw. I just like to draw these ones at the moment. Let's switch the color. Turn around the paper. It's easier for me to draw them from the top. Nice warm colors. And it's fun adding line work over this later on once it's dry. I could have also started by painting it in one of these, perhaps in that one, the light one or that one, just to have a ready-made background and then do the leaves, but too late now. You can also wait till it dries and then go over with a different one. It doesn't have to be a full leaf, it can be like off the page. Okay, I will let that dry now. Just looking at these, I think maybe this one avocado and baking soda, and I'll just go with my brush like that across here. This is fun to do with watercolors as well. I love it. Because you have a bit more control over color mixing than here. That's what makes this so exciting, because you never know what to expect. Okay, and I think I want to go across the yellow part. Once these are completely dry, I'll be back. And let's see what the papers look like. I can still see the pencil mark. I can erase it or just leave it. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't mind it there. That one looks good too. And we're going to do some line work on top of these. And that looks good too. I really like the colors here. So I'm really curious to see these. That one turned out so well. This little tablecloth that was really, really cheap was a good investment. Love that. Excited to see this. Yeah. This one's not as good as the other one, but you can still see where the net is. And I have this one. It's just gone really bright yellow on this side. I think I put too much and then it just worked its way out this way, so it became really bright yellow. This is how I've been doing these. I used not just black, I used other colors. Here I've used white and brown, and here I used black and brown. So we'll see. I'm going to start with the brown. And that one. I just used the markings here to do approximately the same distance. Okay, doesn't have to be, but they're not precisely the same, but you know, as long as the next line goes through the middle of this here. Kind of hard to explain. Okay, and I just keep doing this until I'm happy with the design. There's no right or wrong. If I make a mistake, I just add more lines to cover it up. It's as simple as that. Okay. And I really love this technique where I first paint and then add line work. It just gives me more freedom and I love the end results more. Okay. So once I have that basic grid, I look at the design and try to figure out what would look good here. And I think I want to do like a line across here, perhaps in either yellow or white. And there, and I wouldn't mind adding some black. Let's just do the black. I'll use the Posca pens. I'll go with the black along the brown. You can use any sort of marker that will go over alcohol markers, regular markers, different thickness pens, whatever. I went through a stage a few years ago of drawing mandalas, and it feels similar to this. You know, you just relax and just start adding lines or work out the design without too much thinking. And you just hope for the best. There is a little bit of structure and you work around it. It's not completely expressive, or what's the word, freehand, but you can relax with it and just kind of work out the design intuitively. Okay, I might add a yellow one across here through the middle, maybe 2 parallel yellow lines. And I would do the same in this direction. Alright, now I think I want to add more brown. Yeah, just keep going until I'm happy with the look. Looks nice. Perhaps I would like to add a bit of white, just for a little bit of highlight. And I'll do the same across. And I think I want to have a little bit more black, but I don't want this thick line. I want a fine line. Okay, let's see. Maybe closer to the black line that is there already, the thicker one. Yeah, something like that. Let's just go with 2. You can also do this freehand if you have a steady arm without the ruler. I think that would also be a nice design when the lines are not perfectly straight. I'm doing it with the ruler because it's just so much easier and quicker. Right, and now I have to do the same here. So basically whatever you do in one direction, you just repeat that in the other. Then again, you don't have to. You might want to have it different. You just design your own plaid. I love it. I actually really like it now. I think I'm happy with it. I'm not going to do any more work. And I love the little imperfections, and I love how the paint or dye has created these effects. It just looks alive. I still have that one to do, and I'm going to finish that one off camera because it might take a long time, but you get the idea. You just keep working with the lines, adding lines in both directions until you're happy with the design. So I'm going to do something similar to that one. Let's have a look at these leaves. And here, I think I'm going to go with charcoal pencil. Seems dark enough. So I'm just going to go and add some detail to my leaves. Like that. Maybe I can make that a bit thicker here. This can be done obviously with a marker, with a pencil. I'm using this charcoal pencil because I never use it. When I went through my stash, I found so much stuff that I hardly ever use, and I thought I'm gonna change this habit of ignoring certain things. I'm just gonna try and use more of the things that I already have. Okay, that is it. I really like what it looks like. It's a bit different than this one. I actually like it better. I've used brown Posca pen in here, but I like the black on these leaves, and I don't mind the white background. I can always go back in different color if I wanted to, but so far I'm very happy with it. Before we wrap up for today, I wanted to show you the other design. This is the one we've done together, and that's the one I've done in my own time. I didn't use black here. I'm very happy with both of these. Okay. I also have a freebie for you. This week it is this chart, and it says here non-baking soda, alum, iron mordant, copper mordant. And on top here you're supposed to write the plant, whether you used coffee, tea, avocado, grapes, beetroot, whatever dyes you like to make. When you test them with some of these modifiers, you can apply a little bit of paint there, so you have it there for your future use. I think in the future I'm going to do that, because it's a lot easier than having to write down these things all the time. It's good to have it handy. So it's going to be on my website, free for you to download. I also wanted to show you some of the papers that I've dyed with these. They turned really yellow. Okay, I think I mixed avocado and grapevine all in one big container, and I placed the papers inside, and the ones on top became more yellow and the ones on the bottom of the tray were more pink. I'm very happy with the results. They look really old and, you know, grungy. Really nice. Okay, I also wanted to quickly show you some other plaid designs. This one was also done with natural dyes. I've used the grapes, the actual fruit, so I have some greens and some grayish blue, and I've added markers on top. Got this one as well, also with grapes. Love it. Then another one of the leaf design. I have this one, and these were the two that I've done with watercolors. When I was working on this one, I've drawn the grid beforehand, and then I tried to color it and stay within the lines. It took me forever to do. The result is alright, but I've enjoyed making this one so much better, and I actually like the result better. And since then I've been doing it more this way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.